Hey guys, I'm Nato King, and it's nostalgia time. At least for me. Oh, how I miss those Apple IIgs loading screens. You might notice that the music in this version is awesome. I don't know how they did it, but the Apple IIgs sound card was amazing. Reminds me I gotta get around to that video playthrough of Dream Zone at some point. That had some awesome music. Alright, let's get on with this game, shall we? That's right, digitized voice in AGI. And you might notice something else in the lower right-hand corner. Say hello to Mr. Mouse. That's right, we've got point-and-click support in AGI. Why didn't I do this version of the game? And I'm stuck on the elevator. There's only one man who can help me now. Now, I did actually tell Scott Murphy that I got this message, and he said that there are still some splinter cells out there of people who love the original Space Quest games, and he does have some ideas for Space Quest 7. Will it ever see the light of day? We don't know. You may remember that at this point I had some trouble hiding from the Sarians. Let's try that the right way. It's just that easy. And of course that gives me time to look at some of this stuff. It's a giant joystick and mouse. Big deal, I suppose. So let's move on a little bit. You may notice that the pod bay doors are closed at this time. I guess Hal couldn't open them for us or something. So let's hop into the shuttle here. Oh, almost walked off the edge again. It's been so long I forgot how to operate this thing. Remember the seatbelt and the power button. That one's not the power button. Alright, must be the one on the other side. The one in the middle is the do not push. And off we go. Rather a humorous animation for something only a stupid person would do. Speaking of which, let's just kind of walk out into the middle of the desert on Corona. I have no idea why you would do this, or why you would stand here for this long, but if you do... literally out of nowhere. Literally. But oh well, back to the VGA version. Where this time, I don't feel like doing the whole skimmer thing. Yeah, well maybe you could try shutting up! Yeah, we've been through all this stuff. Hurry up. Make me an offer I can't refuse. I forgot how long this took. This bonus video is going to go on forever, isn't it? Yeah, I know. 86 Pleiades, GL, whatever. Take it. What I'm hoping to show off is a lot more interesting than that. You see, in the executable version of the game... that's not it. You remember the graphics that I showed you when ZZ Top were playing on the stage were altered. So they came out looking really tiny. There's actually a couple of graphic resource files in the game directory which you can simply delete or rename. And you'll get back to the original graphics. There's no patch required. And there we have it. The original ZZ Top graphics. I guess you guys have already seen them from Space Quest 4, but here you get to see them live and in action. And the description makes a lot more sense, too. Just bask in the glow of ZZ Top. Mostly I'm just waiting for that alien to get zapped because I love it so much. Alright, so let's move on and take a look at some of the stuff that I didn't look at before in Tiny's used Shipyard. I thought that was his personal ship, but I guess he doesn't fly it. Yeah, I guess you can't taste that one. Sushi, what? Oh, I guess he's supposed to be some kind of fish alien. They sure put a lot of detail into parts of this game I just never really cared about. Yeah, there is nothing to do here. Let's move across the way to Droids Be Us. The weird thing is I thought that was an ARnoid Head, but I guess not. Yeah, they could afford to make Space Quest 3 references years after Space Quest 3 came out. Alright, that's enough of that music. Let's move on. Oddly enough, the code this time around was exactly the same. Still Secor FF. I wonder if that does change from playthrough to playthrough. I think I'd have memorized the sequence by now if it doesn't. It's not just that I love this music, but I wanted to give this next upcoming moment some proper context. I think if you just jump right into it, you really lose the sense of what's happening. Yeah, I wonder if it's the Deltor. Oh look, the Deltor. And we don't want to get out of here. And this is when I remember that I didn't bother to trade for the Jetpack back in Yulin's Flats. And unfortunately the game gives us no hint where we would get one. Or AU drift away. Ah, the typos. Alright, so once we actually do get into the ship, there's one thing that this fire suppression droid can do to us that I didn't show in the LP. So, by special request, let's let him get into the room, and then block his path back into the ship. Now, once I've stolen the grenade from the weapon supply droid, we can try to use it on ourselves. Or at least near ourselves. Now, I'm pretty sure that is a unique picture. Anyway, a couple of other stupid things you can do on the ship if you really pay attention to the background. There's actually a lot of neat stuff to look at around here. Although, some of it's not really neat at all. You can do fun stuff with the bottled energy, but for now, I want to see what's in the trash disposal. Again, only the truly stupid or very, very adventurous will find stuff like that. Or like shooting this globe. From the "why would you ever think to do this unless someone told you it was there" department. And one last thing that we need to do before we get out of the ship. We gotta turn off the star generator, but if I don't disable the force field around it, I can't get close. But when it says you better not try to do that again, I'm gonna do it again. And finally, as I make my escape, people wanted me to pay close attention to this purple thing up on the left. This useless-looking piece of decoration must have something interesting about it. Hey, what was that? Did you see that thing? That was supposed to be a Latex Babe from Space Quest 4. Nah, whatever. Guy's shooting at me. Yes, that's all the interest we're going to find here. For our final Space Quest 1 memory, let's go back to the original AGI version. Something that I didn't manage to show off when I was playing through it. Here is the King's Quest 2 Easter egg. And watch my score as I tell him that I have played King's Quest 2. There's 5 points that I was missing. And moving on to the supply room, I will once again show my ID to the guard, and then attempt to grab a grenade while his back is turned. But let's say that I decide I don't need the gun, which would of course trigger me to lose my helmet and have to fight for my life. Yeah, they don't let you do that. So that's it for Space Quest 1. Hope everybody enjoyed this last little tour of the game. And I'll see you next time for Space Quest 2.